Hey there, wonderful. Today is Free Ride Friday, where we give away a free ride to the $100 MBA Training and Community. Every Friday, guys, we give away a lifetime membership to the $100 MBA. That's over 180 video lessons, interviews with experts, workbooks, a community forum, a whole lot more. And we do this to say thank you for listening and supporting the show. If you want to win a free ride and enter our weekly random draw, just leave us an iTunes rating and review. If you're on your iPhone, just click on the cover art. You'll see a link that says give us a rating and review. Click on that link. The rest is a piece of cake. If you're on your browser, go to 100mba.net/show. All the instructions are there. Let's jump into today's episode. Welcome to the $100 MBA Show. Guaranteed you'll be better at business in 10 minutes a day with our daily 10-minute business lessons for the real world. I'm your host, your coach, your teacher, Omar Zenhom. I'm also the co-founder of the $100 MBA, a complete business training and community online. And in today's lesson, you're going to learn the fundamentals of building a personal coaching business. Whether you're a business coach, a fitness coach, a life coach, if you're somebody that helps people tidy up their homes, whatever kind of coach you are, this lesson is going to give you the fundamentals to building a strong personal coaching business. Even if you're not doing coaching, you may want to consider implementing it as a service in your business. I'm going to give you the groundwork, how to offer your services, how to actually deliver them, and how to leverage your time, because in coaching, time is money. Let's get into it, guys. Let's get down to business. Today's episode of the $100 MBA Show is sponsored by Media Temple. For years, Media Temple's grid service has been the web hosting choice for more designers, developers, and creative professionals than any other platform. That's because a single grid account can host anything from your portfolio site to 100 different client projects, and the grid is ready for anything. Hundreds of servers are working together to make sure your site is always online. Even if you suddenly hit the front page of Reddit, they got your back. And as a special discount for $100 MBA listeners, use promo code MBA25 for 25% off web hosting. Go to MediaTemple.net and enter promo code MBA25. Again, that's MediaTemple.net. Enter promo code MBA25. I have done my fair share in personal coaching in our business. I still do, but I don't do it as much with all the things we've been working on lately. And I've learned some really important lessons that I want to pass on to you when it comes to building a personal coaching business. I'm going to lay down some rules for you so you can understand how to build this right, so you're not overwhelmed, so you are leveraging your time, so you're making enough money for it to be worth your while. See, that's the number one pain people have when it comes to personal coaching, that you have to put in a lot of effort in order to make serious revenue. So let me start out with rule number one when it comes to building your personal coaching business. Rule number one is time is money, so you always have to plan for scale. So many people, when they start out, they make the mistake of thinking that when you have a personal coaching business, you can only do one-on-one coaching in person and you get paid by the hour. That's one model of doing it. And that really boxes you in, because basically that means you only can get paid for your wakeful hours. Even if you work 80 hours a week, you can only get paid for those 80 hours. You can see how you really can't scale that. So you need to change up the model when it comes to personal coaching. I'm going to go into detail with that later on, but the first rule is really understanding that you as an individual have a limited amount of time. So you got to get really creative when it comes to using your time. All right. Rule number two is understanding there are different models of personal coaching. The first model obviously is the one-on-one, like I told you, in person, where you actually physically meet with somebody in real life and help them improve in the area of your expertise. That's the very basic model. The second model is the same thing, except you don't do it in person, you do it online via video chat. Now already you're saving time. Already you're moving away from having to go there and come back, and you're just doing it virtually from your home or from wherever you are, even if you're on the road at a conference or on vacation. The next level is group coaching. So you can do group coaching with a webinar platform or with Google Hangouts, for example, and you can have up to 10 people sharing their camera and mic. So now you've gone from one-on-one online to 10-to-1. So now you're just 10x your business. You can handle 10 clients in that same hour that you're doing one-on-one. And often people think that that doesn't have as much value as personal one-on-one coaching. But many clients actually prefer the group coaching because they get to learn from each other. They get to make connections, make some bonds. And then outside of your coaching calls, they can connect and get feedback. So you can run a group coaching call with several people sharing their mic and camera, asking questions, and you can go through and help each other out. And these can take many forms. It could be coaching, it could be a mastermind type of thing where you kind of chair the mastermind, or it can be an accountability call where every week that group is accountable to each other. Where are you at with your business? Where are you at with your fitness today or this week? So already we have 3 levels, one-on-one in person, one-on-one online, and then 1 to 10 online with video and camera. What's the next level? The next level is webinars. There's plenty of coaches that run paid webinars where people can join the webinar and they can interact via the chat. And you, as the webinar host, broadcasts your lesson or your coaching tip for the day or for the week or your task for the week, and your students can ask questions and chime in the chat. I know Chris Brogan, who's been generous enough to be a member of Webinar Ninja, he does a lot of webinars, and he does a lot of paid webinars as well in his program, and he helps people out through that platform. Now, with webinars, you could really scale. It's really limitless, but you got to ask yourself, how many people can you handle in terms of questions? You might handle 50 to 100. So we went from 1-to-1 in person, 1-to-1 online, 1 to 10 online, now 1 to up to 100 online. Where do you go from here now? At this point, you pretty much maxed out your time ratio. So you really need to start thinking about scaling out with other coaches. Now, this is a very high level of a coaching business, but you're going to have to start training people to be your coaches, to be a certified coach of yours. Now, I know people like Michael Port have done this with their Book Yourself Solid course. People become Book Yourself Solid coaches, and his brand has really multiplied because of this. Now, you might think, wow, that must be really hard. Where am I going to find a great coach? Well, your alumni is the answer. They're a great source of people who have gone through your way of teaching, and they've graduated through your coaching, so they'd be great coaches if they're interested. And again, you could put together a program where you train them up. Now you can leverage each of those coaches' time. Guys, I got more I want to share with you when it comes to creating a coaching business, but before that, I got to give love to today's sponsor, Edible Arrangements. As a listener to the $100 MBA show, I know you're a go-getter, you're driven, you're ambitious, and you've established yourself professionally. But now you're looking for more. It's time to take the next steps in your entrepreneurial journey. And those next steps can be with Edible Arrangements. Yes, Edible Arrangements. Entrepreneur Magazine named Edible Arrangements a top franchise among their best of the best in 2015. This is the brand that revolutionized gifting with handcrafted fruit arrangements and gourmet chocolate-covered fruit. As an Edible Arrangements franchisee, you get access to an established brand of 16 years of growth, over 80% brand recognition, and 1,200 locations worldwide. You'll also benefit from their know-how, support, and millions of visitors to the Edible Arrangements e-commerce platform. Start your journey to sweet success as an Edible Arrangements franchise owner. Call 1-888-727-4258 or go to edible.com. Again, that's 1-888-727-4258 or go to edible.com. The last 2 tips I want to talk about in today's lesson is pricing and packaging and marketing. So when it comes to personal coaching, the best way to have happy customers is to get them results. And the only way to get results is that you package the deal so you have enough time with them to ensure that if they follow through, you'll be able to get results for them, that you've impacted their life, their business, whatever you're coaching them with. So having one-off sessions or even an hourly rate is really not the best way to go around it. So I found that if you package a deal where there's consistency, they will show up every single time, and then they'll come back and they'll get better and better, and that's what you want. So for example, I had a coaching program that was 8 weeks long, and we met once a week. So there was 8 sessions, and they had homework, and they had outcomes, and all that stuff. I also had another one that was 12 weeks long. That was a smaller group. Basically, the rule of thumb, the longer the commitment, the more serious that client will be. So somebody who's really serious about making a major change in what you're coaching them with are more likely to sign up with the 12-week program, for example, versus somebody who's just curious, wants to see if you can help them out. An 8-week program is a little bit more reasonable. But I don't know how fast you can get results. If you can get results in 4 weeks, then good on you. Go for it and offer that package if you'd like. But the point here is that you got to lock them in a time frame that allows you to do great work with them. Now, whether you're doing one-on-one coaching or group coaching, you need to have this package deal priced where it's worth your while. So say, for example, you're doing group coaching with 6 people on a video call. Now, you're going to meet once a week, let's say, for example, for 8 weeks. If each client is paying you $1,000 for that package, that's $6,000 over a course of 8 weeks. So that's $3,000 a month. So you could see that maybe you need to up the price because that may not cover your expenses as a business owner and as a human being. Or maybe you need to take on more groups. But the point here is that you got to make sure that you price the package right so it's worth your while, or it won't be sustainable. You will not continue coaching if you feel like you're getting burnt out. The other thing is that you're not just on the call. You should be available via email. Some people do via Slack messages where if a coaching client has a question that they can ask during certain hours. You also should give them materials to chew on during the week, whether that's exercises or video programs or ebooks. These are things you're going to need to develop and take time to build, so incorporate that in the price as well. All right, let's talk about marketing. Marketing is actually very simple when it comes to coaching. It's all about the testimonials. You got to get winning students, and even if that means you got to lower your prices a little bit for your first round of coaching just so you can get some success stories, go ahead and do that because those success stories are gold when it comes to marketing. Don't be shy to ask your students who've done well to give you a testimonial. They'll be happy to. Ask them to record a video of themselves. Recording video is so easy now. You can use your laptop, you can use your iPhone or whatever phone they have. It's so easy. And that testimonial will speak volumes on your sales page. Try to stack as many testimonials as you can. And remember, these testimonials are also a win for the client because you can advertise their business, their website, and let them know, hey, you've helped them in that area. All right, guys, that wraps up today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. But today's lesson's not over because it's Free Ride Friday. I got to give away a free ride to the $100 MBA Training and Community. Let's see who won this week's lifetime membership to the $100 MBA. And the winner is the Milk Can. The Milk Can says, great podcast, 5 stars. I love the succinct and insightful information each day. Great resource to get the mind moving. Thank you, the Milk Can. That means so much to us. And welcome to the $100 MBA Training and Community. Your mission is to email us at contact@100mba.net so we can hook you up with the free ride to the $100 MBA Training and Community. Guys, we give away a free ride every single week. If you want to enter a weekly random draw, just leave us an iTunes rating and review. If you're on your iPhone, click on the cover art. You'll see a link that says, give us a rating and review. Click it. It's simple. It's easy. And it means so much to us, and it helps spread the word about the show. All right, guys, I want to leave you with this. The one thing a lot of personal coaches will tell you is that it's a lot of work. And it's not only just the work in terms of creating the materials and helping out your clients, but you're taking on a lot of the challenges mentally of your clients. You're thinking about them all the time. You're trying to solve their issues. You're trying to see how best you can help them. And sometimes it's really hard to shut off, even when you're on break or vacation. So keep that in mind. Make sure that you understand that you can do what you can do, but don't let it take over your whole life, and give yourself a break when it's time to shut off. All right, guys, I hope that helps, and I hope to see you in tomorrow's episode, Q&A Weekends. I'll see you then. Take care.